This week's update features game-changing quality of life updates. Let's talk about it, so whenever you're ready, grab your cup of tea, sit back, relax, and enjoy. The Zamrak Lord of Chaos boss sees many improvements in the form of fixes, better click boxes in Phase 7, and a very surprising change to the Elite Dungeon itself. Previously, you were required to run the Elite Dungeon prior to Zamrak a total of 25 times before unlocking direct access to Zami without the dungeon. This was so much of a slog to players that players were literally using their Death Touch darts, a valuable item, to instant kill the Jailer boss, which is basically a time-gated fight that people find very annoying. Now, Jagex did attempt to entice players to do runs by giving minor increased rare drop rates while running the full dungeon prior to Zamrak and then killing Zamrak, but since you'd be making far more money just farming the boss, no one actually did dungeon runs unless they had to. Now it only requires one run, which I admit is probably better, but Zamrak was released in July 2022. This could have probably been added far sooner. Possibly even after the race. Rune Essence pouches now autofill in your bank preset, which is the change players have been asking for years, and additionally, it will also work with your Runecrafting ethereal outfits, so basically you can now just load your preset and then do your runecrafting run. No more right-click filling or using hotkeys to fill up all the different pouches. No, you can just load your preset and go. This is also a major runecrafting experience per hour buff even when you do fast runs. For example, if you can do a 45-second Abyss run and you now shave off 5 seconds of banking time, you just gained 11% more experience per hour. One thing worth noting is that if you're switching between essence types, for example from Necro Runecrafting to regular Runecrafting, be sure to clear all of your pouches fully, adjust the essence type, and then save a new preset for it to function correctly. Two amazing changes added to death mechanics are that you no longer lose your overload effects when you die, and neither does your familiar die, so you won't be left with a bunch of food dropped on the floor. The Clan Cap XP boost buff will now show its duration remaining. Enriched memories now spawn in different locations for what seems to be testing purposes. If I understood correctly, Jagex is trying to make it easier for them to be clicked on in extremely busy worlds, like World 79 during Double XP. Tier 92 Elite Sirenic and Tectonic Armor now degrades to a broken state instead of degrading to dust, which means all those players out there with a 0.1-0.2% charge set are dancing in the room. Nulodion, the dwarf which you can reclaim your cannons at when lost, teleporting out, or dying, has now been moved to the cannon display and will have a set in stone location and will no longer roam around. Just like wood spirits can be stored in the wood box, stone spirits can now also be stored in the ore box. The Calgarian Demon sees improvements, including the skull effect now properly applying to all players around the Calgarian Demon and the player, and the scrolls being able to be auto-fired. This is just one of those changes that you love to see. Less stuff to juggle, set the auto-fire rate, and never have to worry about your familiar again. Unfortunately, the longest auto-fire option is 30 seconds, so you can't set it to activate every 58 seconds or so to reduce the score consumption by 50%. They might have left this in place on purpose so that if you don't want to be juggling different things, you have to pay for it by using twice as many scrolls as you would normally do. 2 weeks later, and imbuing urns using a battle staff that provides runes will no longer require a specific rune to be in the inventory for the imbuing process, so you can start imbuing your urns with a preset with 28 urns. Nice. Today introduces 3 new graphically reworked areas, being the Polnevich dungeon, the Edgeville dungeon, and the Varrock sewers. One thing I noticed in the Varrock sewers is that the mods introduced a new shortcut by replacing the sewer river water between the scorpion and the skeletons with pavement. Also, the area with the red deadly spiders and the moss giants looks completely different. Before ending off the video, I would like to mention that the extended logout timer, so the plus 5 minutes on top of the 10 minutes you already have, if you have a Jagex account, now seems to be confirmed to be for all members, not just Premier Club buyers. Much better. Interestingly, Jagex is also selling Premier Club benefits without the membership, again, without the membership, at half the price for players using grandfathered membership rates, so players that have been subscribed for more than a decade with cheaper membership per month than Premier could provide them, not sure exactly what these players are paying, are able to get those Premier Club perks without losing out on their grandfathered rates. A little off topic here, if you want to have a laugh, be sure to check out my RuneScape documentary. I can guarantee that you will laugh at the video. Please give it a shot if you haven't already. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it interesting. If you did, leave a like down below and maybe even consider subscribing. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.